Hello, this is Cathy Cassidy, and I'm here again to read you another chapter of my short story, Snowflakes and Wishes. But before I do that, I did promise to share Honey's hot chocolate recipe, which it does feature in this little book of recipes and fashion and craft ideas, the Chocolate Box Secrets. And it's in this book as a make your own Christmas present kind of idea. And you can layer these dry ingredients up together and put them in a pretty little jam jar and make your own label and give them to a friend or somebody in your family who loves hot chocolate as a present. And that's really cool. But if you wanted to skip that bit, because Christmas is kind of past now, but we still love hot chocolate, don't we? You can see my hot chocolate drink over my shoulder there. All you really need to do is grate 125 grams roughly of dark chocolate. If you prefer your chocolate to be a different, milk chocolate or whatever, that's totally up to you. But dark chocolate is what we do. 40 grams of caster sugar. And again, I would leave that out because I don't like my hot chocolate to be too sweet. And also maybe 30 grams of cocoa powder. And you then, you heat up a cupful or a mugful of your favourite milk, and we in our house we favour oat milk for hot chocolate. So and then you kind of put a big spoonful of your little mixture into a cup, into the mug, and pour some of the milk on top and stir it all up. But the amounts that I've given you will actually make a jam jar full. And if you put that in a jam jar, it'll say, and save it, put it in the cupboard, it'll last you for a couple of weeks anyway. So not bad. And you can always add a little bit of boiling water to the milk if you prefer it less rich, and choose whichever milk you prefer. But anyway, that's Honey's fantastic hot chocolate recipe, which did feature in chapter 2 of Snowflakes and Wishes, which is why I said I would share the recipe with you. But today we're on to chapter 3, which has some ivy at the top, holly and ivy. So on we go, chapter 3 of Snowflakes and Wishes. And if you remember, Lawrie is telling the story. He and his family are back at Tanglewood for a New Year's party. Jasmine is in heaven. Coco shows her how to brush caramel and groom her mane. My little sister shows no signs of getting bored with the task, moving on to plait Caramel's mane with painstaking care. I haven't been all that good at keeping in touch, Coco says. I meant to, it's just that there never seems to be time. I laugh. You've got the world to save, right? I quip. Coco sent a letter just after we moved, and she posts and messages now and then on Spiderweb, but neither of us is really that good at this kind of stuff. When I think of Coco, I always imagine her riding Caramel across the moors or holding a placard about saving whales. She is not really a letter-writing kind of girl. It's okay, I shrug. I've been a bit rubbish too. Still, we're here now, I guess. Coco flops down onto a hay bale, leaving Jazz to fuss over Caramel. An awkward silence descends, and I run lines in my head, wondering how best to break it. I can't say that Coco looks older or prettier. It just sounds too cheesy, too stupid, even though it's true. And now in the half-light, my confidence has ebbed away and I can't find anything to say at all. I sink down a few hay bales along, pink-cheeked. Coco catches my eye, and I hope the dim lighting doesn't show my discomfort. You've got taller, she says, as direct as ever, and you got your hair cut. I think I liked it better before. The head at our school is super strict, I reply. I'm going to grow it again. Have you settled in okay back in Kendal? No thoughts of, coming back to Somerset maybe? Oh, I think we'd all love that, I admit, now that Seddon's gone. We do miss Somerset, Jazz especially, but Kendal is okay. Or it would be if Mum could get a better job and we had a place of our own, instead of squashing in with Gran and Grandad. School's okay though. I've got friends. Anyone special? Coco blurts out, like maybe a girl or something? I'm momentarily speechless. I once told Coco that I liked her a lot back when we were staying at Tanglewood, and she told me she wasn't ready for a boyfriend. Now she seems very curious about my love life, or, to be more precise, the lack of one. No girls, I say as carelessly as I can manage. No time for all that. Same here, Coco agrees. You know me. I'm going to dedicate my life to saving the giant panda and the Siberian white tiger. No room for romance. Silence descends again, empty and awkward. Was Coco trying to tell me, in a roundabout way, that her views on romance have changed? If so, I've put my foot in it, big style. How on earth do people ever manage to tell each other they're smitten? It's a nightmare, like picking your way through a minefield blindfolded. So you'll probably just stay in Kendal then, Coco says. Probably, I agree. There are more jobs for Mum there, even if a lot of them are seasonal and poorly paid. I mean, I do miss Somerset. I even miss you, actually. There's nobody in Kendal who teases me or winds me up like you used to. Obviously, Coco grins, I'm unique. I lower my voice, watching my little sister combing and plaiting Caramel's mane. Jazz is finding it harder than the rest of us, I whisper. She hasn't settled at school. Some of the kids are teasing her a bit, and I'm at the secondary, obviously, so I can't do much to help. Coco frowns. Ouch. Does your mum know? Jazz won't let me say anything in case it makes things worse, I admit. It sucks. Look, I'll talk to her, Coco says. Tomorrow, maybe. Don't worry, Lawrie. Look at her now. She's totally blissed out. She loves Caramel, I agree. This break will be good for her, and if you can have a word with her too, well, that'd be great. Coco grins. Well, it is New Year, isn't it? She says quietly. A time for new starts for all of you. Anything is possible, right? I sigh. I am a lot more practical than Coco, and I cannot see things improving for us any time soon. Still, I like Coco's optimism. The stable's silent for a moment, apart from the sound of Jasmine whispering to Caramel, and then a voice rings out through the darkness. Paddy is calling us from the house. Kids, where are you? He yells. Coco, Lawrie, Jasmine, come on back to the house. It's almost party time. In the house, my mum is in her element. She seems to have taken charge of things the way she did when she worked briefly for Paddy and Charlotte. She thrives on chaos, and a transformation has taken place. The main lights have been switched off, replaced by fairy lights and jam jar candles, and swathes of holly and ivy are draped everywhere. In the conservatory, tables have been pushed together, covered in festive tablecloths and piled high with party food. Potato salad, coleslaw, hummus and crusty bread jostle for space with trifle, Yule log and trays of iced mince pies and cupcakes. Pizzas, quiches and sausage rolls are lined up in the kitchen waiting to be cooked, while jacket potatoes are baking in the agger and more soup is simmering on the stovetop. Honey is creating a non-alcoholic punch with bottles of lemonade, orange juice and tons of chopped fresh fruit and ice. Paddy is stirring mulled wine on the agger, and the whole house smells of oranges and spices. You can almost taste Christmas in the air, or New Year anyway. It's kind of magic. At Gran and Grandad's, Christmas is about thickly iced fruitcake and cold turkey sandwiches and quality street toffees and an endless menu of TV Christmas specials. At Tanglewood, things are very different. What about the dogs? I ask Coco. Will they be okay? Fred's fine with big groups of people, she says with a shrug. Sheba should take her lead from him, but if she looks stressed at all, just tell me and we'll take the two of them upstairs for some peace and quiet. Cherry and her boyfriend Shay are testing out the party playlist, an eclectic mix of teen music and retro stuff that Paddy and Charlotte like. Alfie, Summer's boyfriend, has arrived too. And before long, we're all clowning about to the music as we set out paper cups and last-minute bowls of nuts and crisps and nibbles. And then a car draws up outside and the first proper guests arrive, stomping the snow from their boots and handing coats to Alfie, who stores them carefully in an upstairs bedroom. By the time the first drinks have been poured, the door opens again and a tribe of villagers comes tumbling in, and then another car draws up and the stream of incoming partygoers becomes constant. Shay turns up the volume and Summer and Sky duck through the crowd with trays of food, and people are slapping me on the back and asking me how life in Kendal is going, and I surrender myself to the chaos, to the party. So that was chapter 3 of the story Snowflakes and Wishes from Life is Sweet, which is a book of short stories, 6 or 7 short stories, all linked to my Chocolate Box Girls series. And this one I'm reading to you because basically it's set at New Year and in early January in snow, and I just thought it would be quite appropriate and quite cool. We've had snow here, but it's melted away now. Sleet and hailstones chased it away, which is very sad. But anyway, wherever you are and whatever the weather happens to be doing, keep smiling, stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow for another chapter. Bye bye.